So we've already noticed this week that Trump is starting his presidential campaign run with a video, coming out hard, targeting trans people for 4 solid minutes. Like, that was the entire thing, talking about us. It also seems like DeSantis is probably going to end up trying to run as well. Fingers crossed that they split the Republican Party, and that'll make it easier. If Biden runs as an incumbent and the Republican vote gets split by these 2 different people, that bodes well for us in the presidential election. Jesus Christ, yeah, we have to start doing this kind of political analysis 2 years early. Cute thing about Trump and DeSantis is that Trump is the man has got a huge ego, right? He's got an enormous ego, and he does not like people competing against him. So he's coming out swinging. They've both barely started their presidential run thing going on right here, and they're just coming out right up. Oh man, this is some wild shit. All right, so Trump has this new he's on this alternate social media site called Truth Social. Today is the first day I've ever been on Truth Social, I'm pretty sure. The official account, Donald J. Trump, posted retweeted this. Basically, functionally it's a retweet. Retruths. Wow. Okay. So here is Ron DeSantis, Ron DeSanctimonious, rather, grooming high school girls with alcohol as a teacher. So this is actually substantiated that this is him at he's a teacher. So he's older. He's not a super old, but he's a young adult here. And these are teenagers, high school girls, and he's drinking beers with them. So Donald Trump retweeted this thing calling Ron DeSantis a groomer, saying, "That's not Ron, is it? He would never do such a thing." So I guess people are reading that as being sarcastic, which is how I read it. This was from 2 days ago. I was really not expecting this to occur. Yeah, 2-year campaign seasons for presidential runs. Can't wait until we live in a 24/7 campaign cycle. Right. Yeah, hit the like button if you're super, super stoked about the fact that we're going to be trapped in perpetual campaign cycles the campaigns are going to begin the moment that the president gets rang into office. It's just going to be like this forever. Yay! Since Trump decided to come out swinging, calling his opposition a groomer, which I don't disagree with the allegation. I don't disagree that it was creepy and bad for Ron DeSantis to be doing that. To be clear, I am not defending Ron DeSantis. It is just funny to watch these 2 people attacking each other because I think that they're both terrible human beings. We might as well watch them basically destroy the Republican Party is kind of what I hope happens, but we'll see. DeSantis also decided to reply to this. The governor responds, "We're not going to be able to hear the guy in the background very well because this is a press conference thing. There's some guy in the audience just shouting." All right, so let's see what Ron DeSantis says in his defense on this.
Former President Trump yesterday made a series of posts on Truth Social directed at you. Some were insinuating that you...
So here's what I would say about it.
My question is, how would your proposed legislation against defamation address those posts that could be considered damaging?
Well, if you think when we did the defamation panel yesterday, I made the point, look, I have a platform. It's different for me because I can fight back, and people just know I face defamatory stuff every single day I've been governor. That's just the nature of it. But I have a platform to fight back. A lot of these other people that are more little, they don't necessarily have a platform to fight back. And so in terms of our reforms, I really want to empower them more so than people that occupy high positions like me. It just goes with the territory. You got to have the thick skin. It's also just practically speaking, I would not take time out of being governor to be fighting lawsuits. It's just not practical in terms of what we're doing. But I'd also just say this. I spend my time delivering results for the people of Florida and fighting against Joe Biden. That's how I spend.
I mean, he certainly spends his time stacking the board of medicine with a bunch of people who've donated to his campaigns so that he can circumvent the legislative process and make his own law outside of that process. It's what the fascists are good at. He's really good at it. I really don't want him to win the presidency, for sure.
I don't spend my time trying to smear other Republicans. That's right.
Yeah. It pulled a little holier than thou. I'm not gonna dip so low as to respond kind of bullshit. He's not addressing the truth of the fact that that's a photo of him. I mean, he basically just dodged that entirely. I'm just not gonna even indulge this completely. Let's pretend Like, I don't have photographic evidence of me as a teacher drinking with underage girls, and who the knows what else in that situation. Who the knows what else they were doing. He's not gonna come out and say what anything happened, and if any of those women come out and say that something happened to them, it's gonna go the same way that it went with Kavanaugh. You know, we'll have a big fucking deposition or some shit, and it's just gonna be, the woman is gonna have to change her address. She's gonna have her character attacked. DeSantis is still gonna get put into his position, whatever position it is.
Thank you so much for watching, and especially thank you to my patrons. I want to shout out some in particular. We got Tiago Nascimento, Mersh Rolvag, Jovian F. Gaudreau, Bean, Amanda B., Danielle McDonald, Sarah A., R. Halverson, Wellington Marcus, Athiet, Michelle Winter, Nova, Suzanne Maynard, Elizabeth Bartell, Kevin Young, Sojo, and Mr. Atheist.